Welcome to Biafra News. That Biafra here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you're watching me from. So I would like to welcome all the new and old subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate. So my people, bring you another news, another video coming from Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Barrister San Ezekome. He said he's on his knees begging the Buhari and Asorock to order for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and tortured in Kenya for 8 days before he was illegally renditioned back to Nigeria. And up till date, Nigerian government has not explained to the whole world or EU or UN how they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still holding him even when their own court has ordered for his release. Appellate court discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu, but Nigerian government refused releasing him. Malami came out and said that Nnamdi Kanu was only discharged but not acquitted. They have not explained to the whole world how they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still proving stubborn on releasing him. So Barrister San Ezekome said that his nails are on the ground, pleading with the Buhari and Asorock to release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, nobody supposed to plead on Nigerian government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The Nnamdi Kanu supposed to be released unconditionally, or should be released unconditionally, and Nigerian government telling the whole world how they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. But because they always Britain always help them buy their way out, they are proving stubborn on releasing Nnamdi Kanu. But Elohim is in charge. He will be released, and they will regret all their actions. So I will allow you to watch the video. Here is the video.
We could have had probably a country without a war if wise counsel had prevailed. But Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon, the handsome, suave man who was a bachelor before he took over the headship of this country and only married Victoria after he became head of state, they disagreed and said they were going to carry out a police action from the Nsukka axis. That was a piece of historical mistake. That mistake was to turn into a 3-year bloody civil war that took the lives, some people say, of over 3 million Biafrans. And that was after the failure of the Aburi Accord, when General Ankara had hosted Gowon and Ojukwu in Ghana to find a way as to how to avoid war. By January 15, 1970, the Biafrans decided to surrender to the Nigerian side through General Philip Effiong, who surrendered to General Olusegun Obasanjo, the man who had taken over control of the 3rd Marine Commando from Adekunle, Benjamin Adekunle. Then the 3 R's were promulgated. 3 R's: reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation. I've always asked the question, because driving here, if you drive to Enugu State from Onitsha, passing through Oba, Orevite, Okija, Ihiala, Uli, Mbidi, Awomama, Owerri, you will see more roadblocks that you can find in the northern part of Nigeria, where Boko Haram and armed banditry reign supreme. So I find these people more in a state of mental and physical siege. So again, I ask the question, what has the Igbo man done? Have they reconciled, one of the 3 R's? Have they been rehabilitated, one of the 3 R's? Have they been reconstructed, one of the 3 R's? I do not know. I do not know whether you know. I have decided to say that whenever we talk about the indivisibility of Nigeria, we must be careful not to overstretch it and overstretch it. The former USSR once thought so. Today, they have broken up into 15 independent states. Some of them are Ukraine, currently at war with Russia, Russia itself, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, the one we call the three Baltic states, Estonia, Armenia, Kingston, Moldova, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. They broke up. Yugoslavia was once one. It broke up into 6 states. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh used to be one country. Today they are separate. Ask Sudan, which some few years ago broke into Southern Sudan and Sudan. At this moment, as we are talking, we are battling to bring back our people trapped in that Sudan, in a fratricidal war between the same people of the same country. And our own man, the owner of Air Peace, has decided to use his aircraft, and is doing that precisely, Onyema, to airlift Nigerians trapped in that country. Alan Onyema, God bless you. I didn't hear people say, we will not go with Air Peace. The owner is an Igbo man. Chimanda Ngozi Adichie, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the first female and black Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO, and former Managing Director, World Bank Operations. They are doing Nigerians proud and Nigeria proud. I haven't heard anybody say, we don't want to take the glory because they are Igbos. JJ Okocha, Dan Amokachi, Kanu Nwankwo, Michael Obi Uche Okechukwu Vincent Enyema, Christian Chukwu Emmanuel Okala, Onyekachi Abam, Francis Uzoho, and Harry Mosu, and many others. They burnt the local and international fields, doing Nigeria and Nigerians proud. I didn't hear anybody say, we didn't want the glory because they are Igbos. Chioma Ajua, in 1996, took the Olympic gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics. Emmanuel Ifeajuna, the man who was also involved in the 1966 military purge, was the first black African to win a gold medal in an international competition, the 1954 Vancouver Olympics. Michael Okpala, alias Power Mike. Richard Ihetu, alias Dick Tiger, former world boxing weight champion. Olaudo Equiano, the man who wrote many treatises that led to the abolition of the 500-year-old slave trade. Chinua Achebe, the man whose novel Things Fall Apart has been transcribed into more than 500 languages, and is now rated as one of the 12 novels considered to be the greatest book ever written by Encyclopedia Britannica. They were all of Igbo extraction. I didn't hear anyone say we should not bask in the glory because they are Igbos. Philip Emeagwole is from Onitsha, computer scientist whose seminar was brought about internet revolution and described by CNN as the father of internet. Professor Bart Nnamdi, who pioneered robotic engineering. Professor Chike Obi, world acclaimed mathematician. Professor Gabriel Oyibo, the man who blazed aircraft design and aerodynamics and aeroelasticity, Professor Benoit Boise, the first African to have LLD, Doctor of Laws, by thesis. Professor Ben Enwonu, the great sculptor. Chief Sir Louis Odumegu Ojukwu, the father of Ikemba, reputed to be the first Nigerian and West African billionaire